Hello guys, today I will be using Navia and only Navia to fight the local legend known as Yseut, the Cold Hand. For this challenge, and for all subsequent challenges, we will only use Navia in the party, with no healing and food buffs. Pay attention to the health bar right here. Throughout the fight, no amount of HP will be lost because Navia is just a queen like that. Uh-oh, it appears that Yseut is upset and about to kick my ass. Her attacks are very readable though, no threat whatsoever. This fight is going to be very boring to watch, since it's maybe about 4 minutes long of Navia merely dodging all attacks. As such, while I will speed up the video, the better alternative would be to talk about Genshin's origins of the name Yseut for the local legend you see on screen. MiHoYo is known to use references throughout history for these local legends. One example are found in the Polychrome Tri-Stars, where each of the 3 members pertains to a historical Soviet sniper that fought in World War II. More in a separate video though. In the case of Yseut, she is based off of the medieval love romance that is somewhat based off of a Celtic legend. The original archetypal poem where this story derives from has been lost to time, but many versions of it exist and has been preserved by word of mouth. The story is as follows: Tristan is a knight who goes to Ireland to bring back Yseut, a princess. He does this because his uncle, King Mark of Cornwall, wants to marry her. It seems that King Mark is a pathetic jackass who can't get any bitches and needs to have his knight do it for him. While bringing Yseut back, both Tristan and Iseult ingest a love potion that was only meant for Yseut and King Mark. This causes Tristan and Iseult to get freaky with each other and somehow Iseult ends up getting married to King Mark. However, her heart only belongs to Tristan now because of the love potion. Even though Iseult is married to King Mark, she continues to see Tristan behind Mark's back. This enrages Mark and he decides to start prosecuting Tristan and Iseult, even giving Iseult away to some leprosy society. Nevertheless, Tristan escapes the grasps of Mark and flees with Iseult to a forest. The lines from here become blurry with what happens to the two after they flee to the forest of Morrowiz. One interpretation is that they stay hidden in the forest of Morrowiz for many years until King Mark shows up. King Mark pities them for their exile, and Tristan reconciles. Tristan then proceeds to give Iseult to King Mark before essentially fucking off, never to be seen again. Another version says that when Tristan leaves, he marries a different Iseult, who is the daughter of a duke in some other country. Tristan gets poisoned and then says that only the original Iseult can cure him. Tristan then states that the sail of the boat where the original Iseult will come on will be white, or black if she refuses. The current wife of Tristan gets jealous and says that the sails are black. Tristan then proceeds to fucking die, whereas the original Iseult eventually arrives and cries at her former lover's death before also dying. Their graves then magically grow trees whose branches intertwine to represent their bond in love. Or some shit. When it comes to figuring out the name between that Celtic legend and its ties to Yseut, the Cold Hand, it is hard to find out what the name's etymology is. Some cite that the name Yseut refers to Old High German words referring to the words ice, and battle. However, if we're talking about a battle, then the battle between Navia and Yseut is very one-sided. It doesn't help that this local legend loves to sacrifice a good 5% of its own health to try and apply the bond of life mechanic to Navia, which ultimately fails. Literally throughout this fight, you've probably noticed that Yseult's specific movement for that attack is the same, making it easy to dodge and predict. One final thing. The reason I chose to not use Navia's burst is because I was uncertain what Yseult would be doing as soon as she exited the burst animation, which would have probably caused Navia to get hit. And the local legend has been defeated. GG.